Füssen, Germany, our first stop on the travel game. Positioned at the foot of the German Alps in Bavaria, an area known for its Lemonhof beer and being the favorite vacation spot of a famous dictator. And unlike France and Italy, here the Alps rise up from the ground like a solid wall. The hills preceding the Alps are relatively flat, making for a very spectacular arrival. The landscape before the Alps are mostly dotted with lakes, which invite for swimming or sailing, and little hills. But we are here for the mountains and the castles, and those are in plentiful supply. So as we near the town of Füssen, it's already very late in the day, so the rest of the day we spend in historic Füssen, where we finally get some hard needed food and do some sightseeing. Neuschwanstein would have to wait one more day. Some pro tips on getting to Neuschwanstein: reserve your ticket at least 2 days early online, or get up really early on the day you want to go, because else you're gonna miss it. And avoid the buses because they're driven by Michael Schumacher. Take the horse and cart instead. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we're hiking the last bit to Neuschwanstein, and unfortunately we are not allowed to film or take pictures inside, and with all the copyright laws I'm afraid we can't really show you anything. So check out the wiki because it has images. King Ludwig of Bayern. Imagine a man with a love of the medieval times, the medieval lords, and kings of old, their castles, and a man that has enough money to do whatever he friggin' wants. Well, he did that. He built 5 castles, among those, and most famous of those, Neuschwanstein. It's a folly, it's a fake castle, it's completely impractical. It's incredibly beautiful, both the outside and the inside, and as I said, we cannot show you the inside, but if you're ever in the vicinity, it is worth the tour. It's one of those castles that would never have existed if not one mad guy, in this case a king, would have such a love for it to build it. The bridge that we see here is the Maria Bridge, which is unfortunately for this year not open for public due to restorations. It supposedly gives a beautiful view of the castle, and it's also part of a hiking route which we would have liked to take, but unfortunately we could not. Not going down with the bus, we decided to go for the horse and cart, which is by far the better way to travel, and only slightly more expensive than the bus ride. Just east of the castle you can find a cable car taking you all the way up to the summit of the Tegelberg. And if you're wondering why there is no video of us going up, that's because I was grasping the steel pillar just because I hate going up in those things. At the summit you'll find a restaurant, possibilities to go hiking, and you'll see a lot of people that are crazy enough to jump off the mountain, either with a hang glider or with a parachute or parasailing, paragliding, or whatever it's called. And here you can see how sheer the Alps are on this side of the mountains. The German Alps just rise up from the ground, and it provides for beautiful panoramic views of the hills that stretch out into the German plains. And the route we took was different because of the Maria Brücke, as that was closed, the Maria Bridge if you want it in English. And normally it's about a 2.5 hour descent down the mountain. We Took it in about 4 hours. Guess we're not used to those hills. The route we took down the mountain took us through open fields, meadows, forests, and halfway down there's this lovely restaurant where we had lunch. The second castle we traveled to is called Lindenhof, which is not really a castle, more like a grand mansion. It's relatively small, especially compared to Neuschwanstein, but in many aspects it's far more impressive. The rooms inside are left as they were when the king lived there, and the king lived there up till his death, from 8 years prior to his death up to his capture. And the estate lies in a valley. It's surrounded by the beautiful Alps, and it's inspired by the French kings, especially Louis XIV and his castle at Versailles. So a lot of French inspiration there. You can see that in the buildings around it. Also, for some reason, a Moroccan style building. Not exactly sure what the purpose was. Maybe he just is fascinated with the stories of 1001 Nights, which was quite popular at that time. But it's a funny little building that really doesn't stand out because it's quite isolated from the rest of the buildings. And to top it all off, he also has a grotto, which we of course recorded. How mad do you need to be to build your own cave? And not just a cave, but a cave that mimic scenes from his favorite opera, mainly the Nibelringen from Wagner. Sorry, I stuttered my German there. There is, and I hope you can see it, there is a waterfall in the cave. They actually had lights that turned color, so he could mood the cave to fit the scene that he was listening to. The ship is something that plays a pivotal role in the opera, and I'm afraid I've only listened to it in German and I couldn't make heads or tails out of it. But it's a bizarre little bit of architecture, and you're not really on the ground. The roof of the cave is the roof. There's nothing above there. It's just weird. So let's just finish this episode. A little bit of Wagner and some impressions from Lindenhof. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.